to do a video today. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Basically break down the bug out bag, hiking bag. I've got everything sustainable in here. Right now some of the pouches are empty because we just went on a hike earlier today fishing, and we went yesterday. So some of the things are in here. I pulled them out to just have a smaller day pack. So I'll go through all this. One of the items, the thing I probably use the most is the cooking kit. And that's what I'm going to go over right now, is the cooking kit. We'll start with that, and then we'll move on to each individual item that I take with me. Okay, so the cooking kit's a Coleman. Dump everything out of here. Okay, in the cooking kit, in the bag. Okay, first of all, if the bag is, if you have food with you, and you can utilize the bag at a campsite by putting food in there and hoisting it up in a tree. Keep your food away from the animals. They wouldn't be able to get it, so that's one use besides just storing all the materials in there. Okay, that's one use, or that's one item. I have a chamois that I use for cleanup. Do your dishes after every use. My favorite spice is garlic. So I have garlic, I have oil, I have the fork, spoon, knife set up in here. This is a homemade jean material pouch with a belt loop if you wanted to put it on your belt. In the kit, or in the pouch, I've got a couple of quart-size freezer Ziploc bags. Endless uses. Leftovers, water, strips of meat if you wanted to cure them while you were going on a hike. After you procured some meat, I carry salt for that purpose, curing, and probably ought to get some more because that's not for a whole lot, but carry that. Plastic fork, spoon, and knife, and also have the metal fork, spoon, and knife set. Even has a can opener, bottle top opener on it. Okay, so that's that. Nothing else is in that pouch. Okay. Frying pan. Metal pot. I painted the metal pot black, and this is why. Because you can use the solar cooker to, let me see if I can shine some light on it. So you can use the solar cooker with the black pot and a oven bag. I've got some oven bags. So you put the pot inside the oven bag, you put the whole setup inside of here, and you can actually cook with that. So that's the reason I painted it black. I also have painted a couple of my water containers the same color, that black color. Painted it black so you could heat and distill water, or not distill it, but purify it. Okay, inside the cooking kit, open it up, and this is what it looks like inside of here. There's a few items. They all kind of work in conjunction with each other, or can in different configurations. So I've been working on putting this kit together for quite some time. So this is an Army surplus camp stove that I got, and this will take pellets, which I have, that we'll put in there, and you just start the pellets on fire and they'll burn. You can keep adding the pellets. They're a chemical-based pellet, or you can put sterno gel right in there and burn directly if you were wanting to. I have a bigger pot if you were wanting to just cook, or just use your to heat up some water or something for some coffee. You don't have to fire everything up. You could just do enough to heat up your coffee or something like that. Less waste. Okay, so that's that. obviously you saw that 2.5 hour sterno gel, ethanol. You can put your I'm going to see if I can make this was a new addition to the cook stove, so I was going to see if I can make an adapter that would go on top of this that would have enough air holes to continue to allow that to burn and put your stuff on there, but I haven't got around to it yet. But anyway, so there's some fuel. In this container is nothing more than a little metal tin that houses this, and the metal tin can be used if needed for pine pitch, whatever you needed to store something out in the bush. And this is the ultralight camp stove. This is made out of 2 Arizona iced tea can bottoms, and this holds 2 ounces of denatured alcohol. This is denatured alcohol, and I have in this kit 3 bottles, and within the 3 bottles you can burn for about 25-30 minutes and cook a lot of food with this. So if you wanted to just pour half of it in there and cook, you could, or you could utilize this for a smaller amount of food. But this will hold the whole 2 ounces. You pour it in there and put the screw back on, and then you can do 2 things with it. You can either put it in here and put your pot on top of there, like so, or you can put it in the wire rack I made for it. Spin those around, holds it nice and tight, and then you can put the pot on it. So this is typically how the configuration that I use it the most. And the other thing that this has the capability of is the bottom. I polished it so that you can use it as a Fresnel lens. Let me see if I can see how bright that gets. Okay, I polished that with a buffing wheel and Mother's aluminum polish, and you can see yourself in it. She's nice and shiny. So the other thing I did here, now there's lots of videos on how to make these, but I just took a sewing needle and stuck it on there, popped it, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes in it. And man, this thing works just great. Okay, there's that. Moving on. Try not to burn up too much video time. In the kit, I have this tin has a hole in it, and this is what I use to make char cloth. And I have the char cloth in this kit because with the Fresnel lens or the this reflective mirror, I can utilize the char cloth to make fire with, or I can hit my striker, which is always on my belt, and that's that. And so if you're cooking, you typically have fire. So if I needed to make more char cloth, that's why I opted to put it in here. Pretty much, fire starting materials in here. Also, can opener. I tend to carry cans of tuna fish, so the cans are useful when you're done for storing things, and you need a can opener and a little bit of string. There's that. Inside the cooking pot, further, is a couple of plates, just some plates, and that's it. That concludes the cook stove, or the cooking kit that I carry, and all of its uses and pieces and parts working in conjunction with each other. Alright, so that's that. I'll stop this video and I will start another video, and I'll go on to something else in my bag. And you'll notice that some of these things also like the fuel pellets I have in another container, but they're in another container because not only they're not just designated for fire starters or for for cooking. You can use them for fire starters in a wet condition. So, all right, next video coming up.